Good afternoon, good morning, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. Or Nevada. I'm from the East Coast. It's Nevada. I'm Aaron Phillips.
Nevada.
Neil Portnoy here sitting at the desk.
Nevada. I'm going through the alphabet. Nevada. Nevada. That's
What was that last one?
Yiddish for something.
I left my Yiddish handbook at home. Thank you for tuning in. Our phone number, 702-329-6947. If you're outside the United States, 1-855-502-4321. I did send Healy the instructions to try to call us from Denmark this week.
What was a three-digit? Was there a three-digit code?
According to Google, it's 00 plus 1 plus the area code. Just
plus the number, you mean?
Plus the number. Well, no. 00 plus 1702, blah, 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 blah.
You think she'll call in?
I hope she tries.
Come on,
what
call
is
in.
Did we figure out what the time difference was between us and Denmark?
A lot.
They're like 9 hours ahead or something?
So it's 9 o'clock at night.
Well, Healy will let us know if she comes on.
Yeah, because we have no clue.
We have no clue. Also, you can send us a tweet through Twitter using hashtag TwinBrothersVegas, and your message will appear at the bottom of the screen. We'll hopefully address it. Bill Medley. Yeah, I'm ahead of myself. Bucky Hurd, scheduled guest today, is running a little behind. We hope to have him live on the air with us by the bottom of the hour.
Got a little behind?
Well, I didn't look that closely.
Well, I saw his show Wednesday night. We have to bring up when he gets here, and he's running a little late, like we mentioned.
Yep.
Just ask him if his zipper is up. He'll know what that means. I know you don't.
I don't want to answer that. I don't want to ask that question.
It's not what you think.
I don't want to ask that question. That is not something.
I'll ask it.
You can ask it.
Okay.
By the way, before we forget, I want to mention a good friend of the show's, Rose Kingsley, will be back in town on July 10th. I will be in Havasu. Unfortunately, I will miss that
Where's
show.
Rose singing?
Rose will be at the Summerlin Library Performing Arts Center at
nice
7:30.
theater.
Yep, and it's the Great American Songbook that she has. That'll be the name of the show.
Hey, how come my whole headshot is in the picture, and when he swings back to you, I missed the top of your dome? See, look,
because he's going to yell at me that I need to lower my chair, and I hate sitting low. But if I do this, then we should be fine.
There you go.
Yeah, I had to lower my chair.
Oh.
I like high chairs. But anyway.
I'm not going there.
Don't go there. So, Old Black Magic, Autumn Leaves, Over the Rainbow, and More is on the docket. The Summerlin Library Performing Arts Center, 1771 Inner Circle Drive. For tickets, you can call 760-636-0008. Mention Twin Brothers that you heard this here on the air on our show, and she'll probably just give you a big hug when she sees you. Or you can go to rosekingsley.com. Tickets are $30. I saw her when she was here in town last time. Great show. I mean, the word diva gets thrown around for a lot of people, but the way she performs, and she's not full of herself, because that can also mean diva. That's not the case.
Correct.
But she, when you look at, we talked about her resume when she was on with us and all that stuff, but let me tell you, every song that she did on stage, very captivating. And
all she had was a piano player with her.
She only had the piano accompany it. Yep.
Wow.
If you can go on the 10th, I encourage you to go with Dorothy just to, to check it out and see the show if you're available. It's at 7:30 up in our neck of the woods, up at the Summerlin Library off of Village Square.
Hey, did you hear what happened in my neighborhood?
No, what happened?
Across the street.
Was that where they found some stuff? Was right by you?
It's right across the street, two houses down. Wow. In fact, the detectives came to our house and wanted to look at our Ring video to see if we had seen anything. And
well, you might as well share the story,
because
I read it this morning.
Metro Police got a tip that somebody was digging in the backyard of a house in our neighborhood, and then they come to find out.
Was it Frankie Citro?
You're not the first one to say that, by the way. That's very funny.
I got to call him today.
That they found a body buried
in the backyard. They did a welfare check, right?
They did a welfare check. The woman who owns the house, 80 years old, lives in a nursing home. Did you know her? Nope, no idea who she is.
The lady who owns the home is in a nursing home.
So in a nursing home, but all the bills for the house have been paid up. No one's been living there for a while.
Wow.
And they dug up.
Now we know why.
They dug up a body.
They're not living in the house.
First they dug up a hand, and they kept going. And they found the rest that connected to the hand.
Where's Quincy? Remember Quincy?
Jack Klugman show? Jack Klugman was the best.
He was. I mean, he on TV, he was Oscar Madison, made his case. But Quincy was a long-running show, too. It was a very good show.
Yep.
But, yeah, I read the story today, and I turned to my wife, and I said, listen to this story. And all they said was, they gave the general like address block, and
Well,
I didn't place it.
They said it originally, Rampart Lake Mead.
Correct.
And
That's
then
what
then it went Rampart and Cheyenne, and it's not it's Rampart Lake Mead.
Right. No, I didn't see the Cheyenne part, but I saw
yeah,
the Lake Mead part, and I didn't. But I said, boy, that sounds like somewhere up in Desert Shores.
Yeah, it was
Because of the name of the street.
it was right in my neighborhood, right in my
2 doors.
Across the street.
Right.
In other words, you've been to the house.
Yeah.
Standing at the front door,
Uh-huh.
look at 2:00 on the clock. You look right at the house.
Wow.
Yeah.
I may have to do a drive-by.
Well,
Hi, Debbie.
They have the tape around. And
Well, yeah, it won't be a
do
house
not
that'll be hard to
enter
find,
and-
right?
And no digging allowed.
No, no
I
digging
threw
allowed.
that in for humor.
Yeah, very good. Very little humor, but that's
Well, it's
okay.
okay.
Hey, did you hear about the guy who won some money this week?
Oh no! Come on.
Yeah, I swear to you.
Where?
I found it this morning.
Where?
Georgia man wins almost $64K at the Flamingo, Las Vegas.
What was he playing?
Progressive jackpot for $63,888 was hit Thursday night at the Flamingo.
Somebody's gonna win.
According to the hotel casino, the lucky winner was Theodore Zuan, N-Z-U-A-N.
That's not his real name.
Well, he's got a mask on his face, so you can't even tell who he is.
The Lone Ranger.
Could be.
Yeah.
And Tonto would be right next to him there in the picture, his wife.
Along with Silver.
Could be. Yeah, well, that would the Silver would have to be parked outside.
Oh, was that Roy Rogers' horse?
No, Hi-Ho Silver away was Lone Ranger.
That's what it meant. How many years did it take you? I don't know. I didn't know what that meant, but I do now.
Well, he just found out last week about something else he didn't know about, and I forgot. I don't want to bring that up, but
What was that?
well, first of all, it was the whole protein conversation.
Oh, yeah,
2,000
that's-
years later.
But a couple of weeks ago, we were talking about something, and I don't remember what it was. But you had never heard that phraseology. I forgot who the guest was, but we both turned to you.
Yeah, I remember. It was a nooner.
Oh, the nooner. That's right. That you had never heard what a nooner was.
Well, I had one.
It's too
'cause I had
bad
to
we didn't
find
bring
out
that up.
what it was.
Right. It's too bad we didn't talk about that on our interview with Ninon this week. We talked about everything
She
else.
wouldn't have had a clue.
Jeez. Wow. Oh my goodness.
I warned you.
Yeah. In case you guys are tuning in late, I just want to remind everybody our guest Bucky Hurt is running a little behind, so we're hoping to have him here in studio, hopefully about the bottom of the hour. If need be, we're going to keep the guys here and perhaps go a little beyond 1 o'clock so that we can do our full interview with them. But just please be patient. We appreciate you tuning in. This just sort of came up literally right before the show that he's running behind. So we hope to have him here in studio about the bottom of the hour. So we thank you for tuning in. Okay.
Oh, wow.
Right.
That was a great, inspiring legend that you made up.
No, he didn't make it up.
I'll show you the text.
Yeah.
Okay. On April 7th at Harvey's Lake Tahoe.
That was like last week, right?
Yeah. Caesars Rewards member. You ready for this?
Yep.
James Snyder was visiting the lakeside property from Waterville, Minnesota. He went home $592,470 richer than when he
And
left
packed
home.
everything up at home and left.
Exactly.
That's what I would have done.
Listen to this number. This is pretty crazy. Boyd Gaming has awarded more than $24 million in jackpots just in the month of March.
I think they're trying to get the tourists back.
You know what? Obviously, it's a ploy to mention how many people are winning because when we were prior to pandemic, not all that kind of news went out as often unless it was a major jackpot. You know, like if it was Wheel of Fortune, the mega bucks.
How come we never win?
Because we don't play.
$20 would. If I won $20, I'd cash out.
That's why we don't win the $500,000. We don't play enough. Yeah, that's right. So there's a great article that I shared on my wall on Facebook with all the winnings through the month of March for Boyd Gaming, Station Casinos has paid. Treasure Island has paid out tons of money. So people are winning, and now as I think of marketing,
Inconceivable!
I know. Thank you, Quark. No, that's not Quark.
Who was that?
That was he was. I could see his face from Deep Space Nine.
Nope. Aaron E's going, nope.
Anyway, what's that? Oh, but it was Princess Bride, but it was the same guy who also did a character on Deep Space Nine, though, the actor. Yep, Armin Shimmerman played Quark on Deep Space Nine.
Jewish
I know that.
guy?
He is actually from Cali. Yep, a good friend of mine who I'm friends with out in California, Lisa Jo McGee. She's friends with the family, and she introduced me through Facebook.
I'm
too.
lost.
Yeah, so am I. I need a post. You need a scorecard. Hey, did you see the bad news? Somebody passed away this past week.
Which bad news?
I know, right?
The prince?
Well, that's not one I had, but yeah, the Prince Philip, right?
Correct.
He was, how old was he?
99.
God bless him. Must be something in the name of Philip that keeps people alive. I don't know.
His wife.
She was the queen, right?
Still is.
He looked better at 99 than she does now, still alive. Don't you think?
No. She
You don't think
looks
so?
great.
You don't think so? There's a picture of the Duke of Edinburgh. What does HRH stand for?
Where?
It was in front of his name. Can you
Honorable. No.
HR. See the HRH?
HRH Philip.
Wasn't HRH Puffin stuff? Wasn't it the cartoon character?
I don't know. Any of our listeners out there,
Thank you,
if you
Terry.
know what the HRH means, please text it.
Terry Haley, our good friend from Sugar Shack, she's letting me know in the chat room that actually today was his funeral. Today was the actual funeral.
Yeah, and Harry was there, but Megan stayed at home because she's pregnant.
Oh, really?
Again.
She's pregnant
Yeah, she's
again?
pregnant again. Doctor, get this in quotes, doctor advised her not to travel.
Where did they live now? Are they here in the States?
California.
They are in the States. So he went back and they didn't want her flying?
Correct.
What's that? Los Angeles. Oh, okay. L.A. to be exact.
Yeah.
So, okay. Anyway, all hail the queen, right? Is that what they say?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the one that caught me kind of funny that when I reshared this, I said, is it real? But Ponzi schemer Bernie Madoff dies in prison at 82.
Is it real?
Well, that's why I was asking. Apparently it is, because when I pulled the story off, there's like a 10-page
No, he
story.
died. He died. He's
He
gone.
died of natural causes.
Yeah. He owed a lot of people a lot of money.
He had a 150-year prison term.
Well, somebody asked him how his credit was. And he said, excellent. I owe everybody.
Exactly. Want to say hello to everybody. Cliff Hagberg is.
I just read it.
And he liked my line, right? That's what I said, right? The line is, he looks better. Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, see,
there
it
you
wasn't
go.
exactly what you
Wasn't
said.
exactly. Hi, Lisa, Sarah Beck, Charlotte's in there, Mark is in there, Kathy Spivey. Those of you, Claire is in there. Again, those of you just joining us right now in our show, we thank you for joining us. Our guest, Bucky Hurd, is running a little behind. Hopefully, we should have him in studio around the bottom of the hour. And if all goes well, if need be, we will stretch past 1 o'clock a little bit in order to make sure we spend enough time with Bucky. So we appreciate your patience. Don't go anywhere so that this way you stay with us when we get Bucky here in studio. His Royal Highness. There you go.
Oh, why didn't we figure that out? We'd be terrible on Jeopardy. What is His Royal Highness?
All right, we are at quarter after. Let us step aside for our first break. You are watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.
That was close.
I know. We'll be right back.
We know radiant, healthy skin reflects how you look and feel, especially in the desert. Hand and Stone Spa at Silverado Ranch offers facial services provided by licensed estheticians tailored for men, women, and teens. This also includes a maintenance program to enjoy your clear and beautiful complexion between regular appointments. We also offer exfoliation facials and LED light phototherapy, which will give a result of firmer skin and a smoother texture. It also diminishes fine lines, wrinkles, and dark spots, resulting in a more luminous skin. Call 702-941-7833 and put your skin into our hands.
Sugar Shack. I live a crazy little shack beyond the tracks, and everybody calls it the Sugar Shack. Well, it's just a coffee house and it's made out of wood. Espresso coffee tastes mighty good. That's not the reason why I gotta get back up to that Sugar Shack.
Pay attention because I'm only going to say this once. I that up. Go live. All right, I'll say something else. I want you to tune in to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. They got their own show called Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. It's 12 o'clock noon every Saturday. You can't miss this show. This is going to be great. Don't let me come knocking on your door 3 o'clock in the morning, because you know I will.
Hi, welcome back to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Aaron Phillips, Neil Portnoy. I don't know. I honestly don't know what to do with the message we got. So
So we got a message from Bucky that he's running later and he's not going to be here closer to the hour of 1. So we're in studio trying to debate, do we reschedule Bucky or do we have him on for 10, 15 minutes and talk about what he's got coming up and doing, and we run over 20 minutes. That's basically what we have a choice to do. Run over 20 minutes, which yeah, let's ask our audience. Listen, I understand there's another show coming into the studio that you, Aaron Phillips, have to prep for. We were going to go a little bit over anyhow, so we'll cut the little bit over shorter. That's just my opinion.
all right, Twin Brothers Universe. Do you want to hear Bucky Hurd for maybe 15, 20 minutes? Or try to reschedule him for a full interview when he's available to give us the normal 45? I need you to chime in either in the chat room or call us at 702-329-6947. But we need to come to...
We got to get back to him.
We have to get back to him and give him an answer before he gets in the car, because I'm not sure what part of town he's coming from, in order to get here and save him the trip.
Near us.
All right, so I've got Debbie says, please wait for Bucky. Lisa says, reschedule, it's okay. Debbie says now.
2-1. We need more of an input. Oh, here we go.
Please wait for, well, I got to let the audience know this. At 2 o'clock,
2-2.
at 2 o'clock, there's going to be a brand new show that's airing here on the network. First time. It's a show all about Earth Day, which is coming up on the 22nd of this month. And that show has to be prepped, and we make sure we have enough time for that. The hell is, rain. We have to make sure that there's enough time for that show to start as well. And we don't want to be unfair to that host who's coming in as well. So I'm seeing now I'm starting
4-2 to reschedule.
All right. He lives up by us, you said, right?
I don't know. I think he lives toward Henderson, which is closer down here.
It depends on how far in Henderson, though.
That is correct.
So Debbie keeps saying to wait for Bucky rather than just doing 15 minutes with Bucky instead of a 45-minute reschedule. Personally, here's my opinion, folks. I'd rather have him in here for 45 minutes without rushing through 20 minutes. The only value, I think, is when, like you said, he can come in and talk about what shows he has going on, but I think we should be doing more than just having him come in to hype his shows, don't you?
Well, I think if we
This is live radio, folks.
I know. Listen, we can compromise it. How about this?
Mark Strait says wait.
Yeah, I would have him in for the 15, 20 minutes and then also reschedule for a full show. How's that for
I'm
towing the line?
I am not for squeezing him in the last 10 minutes. That's assuming he even gets here at 12:50. But I'm getting more and more. Sing a song. No, Terry,
no, not
you
gonna
call
happen.
in and sing a song.
The two of us are not going to sing a song.
Debbie Murphy is the only one so far who's liking your suggestion of 5 minutes later, today, and then a reschedule.
Give him a little tease. Let him meet Bucky. That's providing he gets here at 10 of. We don't know. Can you text him and say, look, can you get here earlier than 10 of? We'd like to have you on for at least a half hour. And that way we can go to 15 minutes over and we're good.
All right, well, keep talking. Talk with
You want
Aaron.
me to keep
do
talking?
something. Or run something. Do what you want to do.
hand. Here it is.
Because I got a text, so.
I forget everything's reversed on camera.
That's right.
Look, we're here. We're in studio. Our scheduled guest, Bucky Hurd from the Righteous Brothers. Things happen, especially, where the musicians are trying to make as much as they can because they've been out of work for so long that, he had something come up today that was a paid gig, and I get it. Kind of threw us off a little bit because we didn't see that one coming. But Aaron and Bucky are texting.
I'm currently texting. I wish we have a camera over my shoulder, right?
No, don't let him see what you're texting.
No, I'm just saying. See, there. I just want him to show the text box. That's all.
We're trying to get him in here as soon as we can.
Right, exactly. I'm texting right now and reschedule.
That's a dilly of a pickle.
Yeah.
I love dill pickles.
Oh, indeedly doodly.
Absolutely. So, you got any more messages? Healy's not even tried calling in yet, by the way. Neil, do you have anything there in your chat room?
No, Cliff's sending me jokes.
No, Cliff.
No, I can't.
We need his input.
I can't.
No, don't repeat his jokes.
No, I
you've
can't.
you've
No.
probably already said them 100 times to everybody, though.
Happy
No,
birthday to Coach Bill Belichick. He's 69.
That was yesterday, I thought.
If you want to send him a gift, he could use another Tom Brady.
I was going to say,
That was
yeah,
pretty
he,
good. That's not
he needs
bad.
another quarterback, doesn't he?
Yeah.
All right. So, listen, you know what? You have a song. I don't know if we can play this song.
Terry said she hopes you're not texting and driving.
Well, listen, that's Teresa?
Terry, yeah, no. Terry Haley.
Oh, Terry, you know where I'm sitting. I'm not driving. I'm driving the show maybe, but I'm not going to, get into an accident here. But thank you for your concern, though. By the way, Terry liked my video yesterday. Just thought I'd tell you. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Another Cliffy thing. He said, happy birthday. Hang on. Happy birthday to Bobby Vinton, who's
Oh, my
86.
goodness.
The Polish prince is popular in Poland, according to the polls of polls polled by pollsters.
What? That sounds like a lot of
Happy
Poland.
birthday to Victoria Beckham of the Spice Girls.
Yep.
She used to be Posh Spice. Now she's just Old Spice.
That's actually
That's
very good.
very good. Yeah.
I like that. I just, you know what? I'm sending another.
Terry said, not you, Bucky.
Oh, Bucky.
Bucky's not-
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Probably not. He hasn't responded. So I'm actually going to send him another option. Instead of coming in, call in towards the end of the show,
Oh,
talk
that'd be
about what
great.
he's got coming
Yeah,
in,
you
and then
can do that.
reschedule.
Sure. That's a good idea. Lisa Mascari said we should talk about some of the Twin Brothers merchandise, which is available in our Twin Brothers store at
Do you know what it is?
twinbrothers.vegas.
Very good. I'm actually pulling up the website now.
Pulled that one out, didn't I?
Dead Air. Isn't that an old Pink Panther song? Dead Air. Okay, so I have the website up. So
Take off, eh?
why don't you scroll to the laptop there, Mr. Producer, and Neil can talk about this stuff while I am messaging with Bucky.
Yeah, we have a merchandise store at twinbrothers.vegas where you can purchase Aaron and myself's mug on these wonderful shirts, the logo for Twin Brothers from multiple logos, multiple
This one's your
designs.
favorite.
That's my favorite. Listen, there is no one who doesn't like a black T-shirt with white lettering. And it's got a cool, funky, retro design. Making people laugh since 18-something.
18. What year? Listen, this is courtesy of our producer. Was it 1853? Is that what he's got on there?
1853, I think, yeah.
And then there's a shirt with
There's
my
Aaron's
logo.
The Voice.
There's-
There's my Portnoy Gallery logo,
Right.
yeah.
And that.
There's two guys that happen to look alike. One in a Yankee uniform, one in a Red Sox uniform, which is actually pretty good because the Red Sox are in first place and the Yankees are in last right now. That will change.
All right,
Trust me.
I need to go to a break again because Bucky is texting with me and he just said something in here that I have to call him and talk to him. So
Okay.
let's go to break. You're watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers, totally exploding live on the air as our guest and has been what did I say? Exploding?
Yeah, exploding.
Well, either way, it's not going the way we wanted it to. You're watching Twin Brothers. Neil may be back by himself when we come back if I'm not done with Bucky talking. Bye. See you in 60 seconds.
When you think of relaxation, do you think of a massage? If not, you should. Las Vegas Hand and Stone Massage at Silverado Ranch provides professional spa experiences at affordable rates. You will be enveloped in soothing sounds and aromas on your way to total relaxation. De-stress with our full body massage to relieve tension, soothe tired muscles, and temper migraines. You can select from many options including CBD, deep tissue, sports, and our signature hot stone massage. Call 702-941-7833 and start de-stressing today.
Are you looking for someone to provide training to your sales staff? Do you need a motivational speaker about how to handle change? Do you have an upcoming event that needs an MC to handle those responsibilities? Well, look no further than longtime Las Vegas radio personality Aaron Phillips. I am local to Las Vegas and I can blend my talents with any audience. For more information, please visit www.aaronphillipsvoice.com and book me for your next event or training needs.
Hey, I'm Frankie Citro. Some of you guys thought I was kidding when I told you to tune in on Saturdays to my friends and my pals, their show, Twin Brothers for Different Mothers. So I promised you if you didn't tune in, I come visit you maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I kept my promise to some of you people. Now those same people, they get ready on Thursday for Saturday's show. So now listen, guys. When I tell you, trust me on this, tune in on Saturdays to Twin Brothers with Different Mothers. It's a current, topical, and most important, a fun show with great guys. Don't let me have to tell you again. Gavish.
That's Twin Brothers from Different Mothers every Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific right here on our Facebook page, Go Live Vegas, or twinbrothers.vegas. Thank you, Frankie.
I'm on. I'm live. My co-host just walked in. We gave him a wait. No. Oh, yeah, this side. This side. Now come down lower. Move to the left. That's your other left. Well, we'll think. That's brotherly love right there. Twin brothers from different mothers. Hey, Betty White, stop calling me number one. Hey, we're back, folks. Look, it looks like from what we got right now that Bucky will be here at about 1 o'clock, and I think we've talked to our producer, and we can go to 1:30 and do a half hour instead of 40 minutes, and we'll figure out the next show. It's live radio, live TV. Shit happens. And I know that our fan base out there wants to see Bucky with his baby surprise guest. We're not going to let anything out of the bag, but it is what it is. We've all taken 10 milligram Valiums to calm down and get back to the reality check. But it'll be a great show. Always is on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. How come I'm to the left again? Maybe I got to go this way. There's that microphone thing doing it again. Aaron, what do you got to say? Anything?
I can't say anything until he turns my mic on. There you go.
Oh, boy.
Okay, I'm letting the cat out of the bag.
Yep.
Because while I was messaging with him, he was just about to leave the house to come down. So he'll be in about 15 minutes.
That's great.
And I will announce right here in 15 minutes, we will have Bucky Hurd and Bill Medley will be in the
Righteous Brothers in the house.
We will have the Righteous Brothers in the house. We are going to try to go to at least to 1:15-ish. If we can go longer to 1:30 without it disrupting the other thing.
I like you so much better when you're in a good mood. Take a deep breath.
As they said in the movie Airplane,
oh boy,
I picked the wrong time to stop sniffing airplane glue. Let's just put it that way.
I have some in the car. Want me to go get it?
Yeah, please. Okay. Give me the markers. I don't care about glue.
That's what I meant.
Okay, so with that, the great thing is we will have both Bucky Hurd and Bill Medley here in studio. Share it with your friends. Let everybody know. As I said in my promo, it would be really righteous if you guys all share this with your friends and folks. Get them online. We will have them both here in about 15 minutes.
Hey, real quick shout out to Jennifer McCord. We have not had Mark Giovi on the show yet. I would love to get Mark on. Mark's doing a big thing over at Salud on Sahara on his Monday nights, which has become the new tap house here in town. And a brilliant singer, brilliant performer, Mark Giovi. We'll work on that for you.
Speaking of which, did you ever connect with the owner over there?
I connected and then disconnected very quickly. You know what? He's got a different schedule than I have, and I've reached out to him. I tried to go last Monday. They had a sold out. It'll still happen. We're trying to get Mark, the owner over at Salud, to get on board with Twin Brothers from Different Mothers in a capacity of sponsorship and advertising so we can promote everything that's going on over at his new restaurant on Sahara.
All right, I have a couple other news items that we can talk about that we didn't touch on. As we all know, first of all, with everything opening back up, June 1st was supposed to be at 100% occupancy, opening again.
We're already there.
Masks and everything are still going to be requested urgently. But here's a good thing. Las Vegas hotels are hiring hundreds as travel confidence returns. So if those of you in the local area...
Can you still hear me?
Well, yeah, because you have it covering your nose and not your mouth.
It's not covering my mouth? No, it's...
You look like a goat. That's all you see is your goatee under the mask.
I'm Darth Vader.
Not in your wettest dreams.
Yes, my mind.
So if you... the conventions are opening back up. The hotels are opening back up. Plenty of job fairs happening around town. If you need to get back to work, which most of the people here in Las Vegas do, please, by all means, the hotels are opening back up. And you have an opportunity now, as we as a city are beginning to open back up, would be tremendous.
Get your rooms now because the room rates at like $43 are going to be $430 once we go to 100%.
And personally, I hope they do go back to normal for other
I agree.
reasons. Okay, now,
What do you got?
last story that I have, Elon Musk, the owner of the Tesla motor car company.
They just got awarded a $2-point-something billion contract to do some kind of rover thing, right?
Where, on the moon?
No, well, ultimately Mars, but they just got that first woman and first African American that are going into space. They just got awarded a huge contract to do like a rover thing. I think something like that. I read it. What are you reading in your text?
Well, Cliff just sent us a message about something that we've already talked about, and that was the passing of Bernie Madoff. So we had already talked about
Yeah,
it.
he's dead.
He's still dead.
Yeah.
It's been confirmed.
They
It's
dug
not-
him up and
It's not. Maybe
and
he's the one in your
Desert
backyard.
Shores.
I was going to say.
Yeah.
So Elon Musk, he was doing that boring of the tunnel underground.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the questions that came up was, well, how much is it going to cost to go through this thing, right? Well, we now have it.
You have the numbers that it cost the city to do
No,
this?
not the cost to build it, but if you're remember tolls?
Oh, to
back
drive
then?
through it, that's right.
It's
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
tolls, right?
Yeah, okay.
So if the trip between the convention center and the airport, which is 4.9 miles, takes about 5 minutes and will cost you $10.
Cheap?
For the trip to Allegiant Stadium, riders will pay $6 for a 3.6 mile trip lasting about 4 minutes.
Can they park?
Who?
Well, if you go into Allegiant Stadium, you need to park.
This is only the transportation. I'm sure you
So
can
they
start
leave the
to park.
car in the tunnel? What happened?
No.
What happened?
You obviously have to pay for parking on top. This is just for traveling in the tunnel. The Vegas Loop, as they're calling it.
Yeah,
And they're
but-
saying this is possible
But they're
pricing.
not cars in the. Let's let our viewers know.
They're actually going to be Tesla cars.
Electric transports.
Correct. So no driver. To get to downtown,
I'm not going.
riders would pay $5 for a 2.8 mile ride lasting about 3 minutes. The concept of the Vegas Loop would connect the system already built at the Las Vegas Convention Center with several other points of interest in the Central Valley. Under the proposal, the system would use Tesla vehicles that travel through subterranean tunnels beneath the Strip and downtown Las Vegas. So basically, they're taking the train that has been above the Strip all these
And
years
they're moving it
and they're bringing it underground.
So how many miles does this transport system go?
Well, based on this, if it's connecting downtown to the airport,
Six-
still going to
six
same
point-
6 miles, whatever that the train was doing. Except the train never went down to the airport, though.
Well, can they build like new roads? Tunnels.
Listen, I don't know how they can because with all the construction that's going on now, they have to be out of orange cones by now.
Maybe they could build one all the way to Los. No, they stop in Victoryville, like the other one.
That's right. That was the speed train that was supposed to stop there, right?
Yeah.
We're being asked by Charlotte if we're going out to Boulder City to see Stephen Rock tonight from 5:30 to 9. They'll be there the 23rd and the 24th.
You can never get a seat. They sell out everywhere they play.
Cliff.
I know I can't read it.
Cliff, you need to be in studio with this first show and share these live on the
Yup.
air. Not writing these in the chat room. We need you in studio for an episode to share your great humor live on the air.
One of the best comedy writers
Absolutely.
ever. Cliff
Absolutely.
Lawrence.
Okay. By the way, since we know 2 people are coming down, Mr. Producer, what are we going to do for seating? I just thought I'd throw that out there. Did we officially decide?
Yeah, we talked about the couch.
Who's going to go on the casting couch?
I'll go on the casting couch. You can be up there with these two.
I
No, because then you'll be putting funny things on them that'll spread on TikTok all over the. Oh, we're not talking TikTok anymore.
so
Where were you,
Cliff.
Cliff, what's he doing now?
I don't know. He's busy. Oh my God. Okay, so I have no idea. We are totally off the rails, and Teresa Mala hasn't even called in to talk about protein to take us off the rails. Okay, so here's this. Listen, did you enjoy last week when we had Stephen Rock on?
That's great.
And we did the Las Vegas trivia versus our
I
traditional.
like it better.
Do you really?
I do. I really do.
I don't get to ask my favorite question though.
Yeah, but you can ask it and put it in the trivia thing in the form of a question, just like Jeopardy.
So do you want to?
What? What do you do now?
No, it was Lisa. Lisa put it. By the way, I want to mention, if you guys love '80s music, you've got to download the Go Live Vegas app to the phone. Nothing but '80s Great music, 24
Shout out to
hours.
Raquel.
Shout out to Raquel, who basically was the program director and chief cook and bottle washer around here.
Holy hole in a donut!
I got to tell you, when I came in this morning, right, Raquel couldn't resist showing me on her phone that she had Jay Schrader's, Super Bowl ring on her finger.
Yeah, well, he does a show here on Sunday nights.
Right. But I
with
looked
Rich
at her. I
Perez.
said, no, I've had a few of those on because I know a few. Totally burst her bubble.
Thursdays.
Yeah,
because she was
she
was showing you something.
Yeah, I didn't think about it.
So
my
maybe
apologies.
maybe next week I'll come in wearing my Giants championship ring or my Yankees
Yeah.
championship ring or my
Yeah.
Penn State championship ring. Maybe I'll just bring them all.
Did Penn State have a championship ring?
In '86.
Who played?
What do you mean who played?
Was that the Franco years?
No, it wasn't the Franco years. It was,
What, 86? Give me
it was
player.
Penn State, Miami.
Was it Blackman? Todd Blackman?
Todd Blackledge.
Yeah, him too.
I
was
believe
he
he
the
was.
quarterback?
I believe he. No, not Blackledge.
Who was that? Who was the quarterback?
Crap.
Crap was?
Yeah, just like the way the Yankees are playing right now.
They're in
It'll
last place.
come to me. I can look them up. But that was against with Miami with Vinny Testaverde, and
Yeah,
they were in the
Heisman Trophy
fatigues
winner.
and all that stuff. And I think Warren Sapp was on that team,
Yep,
and
great.
Michael Irvin and all
Yep,
those guys.
yep.
1986, that was the year, and I have a
Who was the
replica.
big player on Penn State that time?
I have
Come
to look
on,
it
you
up.
went to Penn State. You don't know who the best
That was the
player-
year I graduated. That's all I gave a shit about was getting out.
Even more, you should know.
I
who
know,
the
you're
player
right.
was.
I'll look it up online during the break.
All
So, no, we know, Cliff, what you're trying to do. He's giving us jokes so we say something instead of dead air. We don't want to do it that way, Cliff. We want you in studio. All right, so I'm going to throw a
Did
couple.
you know that there's a McDonald's restaurant at the Vatican? It's the only McDonald's in the world where Ronald McDonald hears confessions. That's pretty good.
And what are the confessions? What? Give me an example. What do you think would be a confession that would be heard through the Ronald McDonald's drive-through?
I don't know.
Well, come up with something.
Oh, I love it.
Come on.
Amazing animals. In India, a baby elephant was rescued after it fell into a well. Wildlife officials said the accident could have been prevented if the elephant had not been texting.
Well, and you would think with an elephant, don't they have memories that like last 9,000 years or something?
Yeah, better than us.
Right. So I'm pulling up the Penn State roster to answer your question. They were 12-0 in 1986, and let's see. Oh, you know,
Were they ranked number one?
Yeah,
they were.
They beat Miami in the championship.
I didn't
game
know
to
if
be
they were ranked number one.
Yeah. So the quarterback. Now that I see the name, I absolutely
Give me your
remember
first name.
John. You'll never come up with it.
Hewitt.
No,
Oh, he went to Miami. Go ahead.
Schaefer.
Never knew who the hell. Where did he end up?
I don't know. Probably not very far because he threw for 1,500 yards, 9 touchdowns, and here's why. You know who the running back was? DJ Dozier.
Oh, there's a player.
Right. Didn't make it. He was drafted, I think, by Seattle originally, but he only lasted a couple of years because of
He
injury.
had one good year.
Yeah, exactly. Blair Thomas was also their
yes.
big running back.
Yep.
So you didn't need to pass a whole lot when you had Dozier and Thomas in the
Run the
backfield.
ball, run the ball.
Absolutely. Excuse me.
Well, it is boring, but it's, a little Penn State history. How exciting could that be? Go ahead. I'm sorry. My bad.
Sure, you're really doing it to me today, aren't you? They beat him in the Fiesta Bowl 14-10 with an interception of Vinny Testaverde, like on the 3-yard line as the
game
my
ended?
Hurricanes were, as the Miami Hurricanes were going down.
Had
the
a
field.
baby, Vinny.
All right. All right. So my point of bringing up the Vegas trivia, as I'm also keeping an eye on the outside camera to see when our guests show up,
Billy Fisher.
is
A
that
Vatican confession. Vatican McDonald's confession. I purposely asked for a Whopper at the drive-thru. Billy's about 4'11".
Oh, I don't know Billy.
Oh,
Have
great,
I met Billy?
great singer in town.
Oh, okay. I have not met Billy. So since you like the trivia Las Vegas stuff, I'm going to throw a couple of trivia questions out at you. See
Go
how
ahead.
well you do.
All right, I
You've
won't
only
do
been
well.
here for 5 years.
5
but
years, I won't know.
That's okay. Hard Rock Hotel's top nightclub is called what?
The nightclub at the Hard Rock.
Well, given the fact that the Hard Rock Hotel is no longer there,
It was called Virgin Nightclub,
it was actually called Babies, by the way.
which is like Virgin.
Which hotel, built in 1941, was the first hotel resort ever to be built on the Strip? What do you think? And it's a hotel people won't think about because it's contrary to the one that many people believe to be the first one.
Stardust.
El Rancho.
Really?
Everybody thinks it was the Flamingo. but it wasn't. That's it was. They thought it was, but nope. El Rancho. All right. When you go to this world-class casino, you can get to see white tigers, dolphins, a volcano, and a magic act. Yes, you got that one right. Okay. I want to see the casino that has a really bright light pointing up to the sky.
Luxor.
And not the gleam off of your head out in the sun, by the
Luxor.
way. Nor mine. That is correct. Here's a line from a movie. Tell me what movie. What's the tagline? Are you in or out? What movie?
Casino.
Ocean's 11. Good guess. Yeah, exactly. Steve Wynn developed a number of hotels in Las Vegas. Which one housed some of his artwork?
Mustang Ranch.
Oh, they're here? Okay. So let's take a quick break. We're going to bring in our guest. They stalled us enough. Twin brothers from different mothers.
Right back.
We'll be back.
We know radiant, healthy skin reflects how you look and feel, especially in the desert. Hand and Stone Spa at Silverado Ranch offers facial services provided by licensed estheticians tailored for men, women, and teens. This also includes a maintenance program to enjoy your clear and beautiful complexion between regular appointments. We also offer exfoliation facials and LED light phototherapy, which will give a result of firmer skin and a smoother texture. It also diminishes fine lines, wrinkles, and dark spots, resulting in a more luminous skin. Call 702-941-7833 and put your skin into our hands.
Next, against the Colts, Schrader screens to new Raider Roger Craig.
All right, so it looks like the NFL season is up and ready to roll.
Hi, everybody. This is Rich Perez. Join Jay Schrader, the former Raider quarterback, and I right here in studio, Go Live Vegas, live and interactive nationwide sports. Las Vegas every Thursday at 6 p.m. It's going to be a great show. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be on Go Live Vegas, Twitter, Twitch, Periscope, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and LinkedIn. You've got to join us every Thursday, 6 p.m. right here.
Sugar Shack. I was a crazy little shack beyond the tracks, and everybody called it the Sugar Shack. Well, it's just a coffee house and it's made out of wood. Espresso coffee tastes mighty good. That's not the reason why I gotta get back up to that Sugar Shack.
All right, welcome back to Twin Brothers from Different Mothers. Aaron Phillips. We've gotten rid of Neil Portnoy.
No, I'm over here. I moved.
Oh, I hear the voice. Where is he?
I'm in the booth where Aaron can put funny ears on me and
You are
know,
in.
that
Well,
TikTok stuff.
for you, we're calling it the penalty box.
Yeah, I'm in a penalty box.
There he is. All right. But more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor and pleasure to welcome two gentlemen that are pretty righteous people.
Oh,
Like I
don't
did
go
that?
there. Don't
Like
go.
I did that? Is it like that? Right? Mr. Bill Medley and Bucky Hurd join us live in studio. Woo! Woo! 702-329-6947. Press 1 to come to the studio. If we can grab your call, we will. If they get backed up, please be patient. All right. Well, welcome, gentlemen.
How you doing, my brother?
We're doing well.
Good to see you
doing
guys.
well. Listen, I get awed a lot with the entertainers that we manage to swindle. I mean, ask to come on the show. And I'm sitting here in greatness. I mean,
With the goosies are going on.
Look, you can see the goosies are here. It's an honor to have you. Bucky and I met for the first time last week as we were guests on Ron Garrett's show, and we had a lot of fun behind the camera.
blast, man.
And the fact that he teased us, Bill, is that you were the tease.
I was the tease.
You were the tease. I may or may not, maybe could be possibly be bringing a surprise guest. Neil messaged me and says, yeah, he may be bringing somebody. I'm like, could it be? He says, maybe, possibly, could be. I'm like, enough of this.
You sent me the message. Who is it? I didn't tell you.
Aaron, I got to say, these guys were down at the Italian American Club on Wednesday, and nobody knew that Bill was going to show up, other than probably Bucky. The joy on Bucky's face when Bill got on stage for you guys to get back together. You could see I was about 40 feet from the stage at our table. You could see the tears coming from your eyes. I mean, listen, how often do you get to sit there with the Righteous Brothers in the crowd that you didn't expect both were going to be? It was unfreaking believable. What a night. What a night.
It was absolutely magical.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And, I got to find out that his voice really is that low.
Yeah, really. We should have Bill do all of our commercials and voice drops from now on.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I'm no longer the voice. Bill Medley can take that title anytime he wants it. So, what's it like after all these wonderful years that you've been performing that people still love the Righteous Brothers, the music, everything that was created for all these years? Do you feel any pressure at this point that, I got to continue to live up to those standards back in the day?
Well, that's the toughest thing about this business. Probably the only tough thing about the business is that I'm going on stage right now at 80 years old.
God bless you.
And doing songs and trying to sound like when I was 25. The only good thing is when I was 25, I did sound 80.
Great.
Well, what's the old saying? What goes around comes around, I guess.
There you go.
Right?
Everything that's old is new again.
Exactly. Neil, why don't you take it away for a
You know what?
question?
The amazing thing for me is when you got on stage and then you went over to the piano, I went, he plays the keys?
Oh.
I had no idea. I mean, who would know? And then you went into this bluesy thing, and all you had to do was stop and listen to that voice. Yeah. You knew immediately. You knew immediately who it was, and then I could see you really getting into it. I mean, the head starts bobbing and weaving. I'm going, the guy's 80 years old. This is a living legend that I'm watching live, that I had my picture taken with you that night. That's always going to be in my office. It's always.
Who took that picture, by the way?
Diane Davis.
She probably
she takes a zillion pictures.
You probably got cropped it out of the picture. That's what you don't.
No, I was
She
there.
just wanted Bill's picture.
Listen, and Bill was so gracious. He stooped down about 4 inches because he's tall.
Yeah,
just so I would
how
feel
tall
tall.
are you?
I'm not that tall.
He had on his heels. That's what. Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, he had the pumps on.
6'9", 6'9" pumps. No, I'm 6'1", but Bobby was about 5'10", and we were doing a TV show, Shindig, and they would film us
Looking up.
Yep.
And I looked like I was 10 or 11 feet tall. And when we went on the road, everybody said, "Oh my God, I thought you were a lot taller than this."
Wow.
And they said, "Well, man, Bobby Hatfield really must be short." I said, "No, Bobby's not short, and I'm not tall."
Well, then you went down to 5'6", 7", right? Or with Bucky. Bucky,
Yeah,
how tall
yeah.
are you?
5'7".
5'7". There you go.
Well, in heels, 5'9".
I have to be honest.
Go
One
ahead.
of the first things I said to Neil after last Saturday, right? Yeah. We had a good time, and we took some pictures together. And I think I messaged Neil, and I said, I thought Bucky was a little taller than that. I really did.
Yeah.
No offense to the height.
Not at all. Listen, man, I have to look up at my wife. She's like tall, but yeah. Yes, I always tell folks, I'm a small guy but big personality.
Of course.
The amazing thing is listening to your raspiness voice, and Bill, I'm sure you'll agree with me. You first got connected with Bucky, correct me if I'm wrong, in Branson.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And, like, am I going to bring the Righteous Brothers back? Wait a minute. I just heard this guy. I get the perfect guy to be part of the Righteous Brothers. And you did pick the right guy.
I sure
mean,
did.
he's got a voice that you hear the raspiness now, and then that, that's why I still have some kind of hope that maybe someday I'll be able to sing. I'm one of 12 people in Las Vegas that can't carry a tune.
We can work on that.
That's not going to help.
Yeah, Bucky can help you.
I'm going to stick to drawing. Thank you.
Bill says a funny thing. He's like, he thought I was a perfect partner because I talk like him and sing like Bobby.
Oh, it's great. That's perfect line. Perfect line. So you guys started doing with John Wiedemeyer. You started coming back with the streaming, and then the live performances, and now you're getting ready for the Righteous Brothers to come back.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you got coming up in the future with the two of you.
Well, we just kind of looked at our schedule recently. Of course, everything is still kind of up in the air because it depends on the area of the country. Like we had a couple of shows booked on the American side of Niagara Falls in June, but that's kind of been a hotbed, so we're not sure. So everything's kind of, but there's a couple of gigs, like one in Idaho and some of the places in South Dakota that are more open, that we're very hopeful.
The hot spots of entertainment, huh?
Yeah, of the big ones, out in the middle of a field somewhere. It's
got to start somewhere again, right?
Hey, man, we had performed for a pasture full of cows at this point.
What about that place up in Utah that a lot of people are gigging at now?
Yeah.
Tuscan or Tuscan?
Tuacan,
Yeah.
Wiedemeyer hooked us up with them, and they're interested in booking us there, but they're pretty much booked up because everybody's going there.
Really?
But we're hoping to get in there next year because it's a beautiful venue.
Oh, listen, people are waiting for the Righteous Brothers to be live again. They really are.
We're pumped, and we're supposed to come back to Harrah's.
Well, we could do a week in September or October for sure. Yeah. I think we have
definitely in October we're back.
Yeah.
Now, Bill, did you move to Vegas from the left coast or are you still out in Cali?
I'm in California. I just bought a home in actually a condo in Newport Beach, but I've been down in Newport Beach for about the last 40 years, and I was raised in Santa Ana. Bobby was from Anaheim, out there where Disneyland is, and but I used to own a home here when Righteous Brothers were working at the Orleans, and we'd be there like 3 weeks on a whack, and the Orleans was a great hotel, but after about 2 or 3 weeks eating the same food, I said, no, I got to buy a house. So I bought a house in Rhodes Ranch, I think it was called.
Sure. Don't you wish you still had that because the values of property have gone up a little bit?
I should own everything I've ever bought in my life.
Great. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask, and obviously the Righteous Brothers is a household name for music. How did you and Bobby first meet and say, you know what, we got something here? What was the aha moment for you guys?
Well, we got out of prison at the same time.
Whatever works.
We had I had heard about Bobby. He had a little rock and roll group, and I had a group, and the guitar player for me, Barry Rolera, was also playing guitar with Bobby, and he would come to me and say, boy, so you got to hear this kid, Bobby Hatfield, and he was telling Bobby, God, you got to see this guy, Bill Medley. And so we kind of got to know each other a little bit, and we were like 20, 21 then. But a good friend of ours, Johnny Wimber, was working in Vegas a lot, but he was an Orange County guy, and he was real successful in town here. But he wanted to come back to Orange County and put together a group that would work constantly. So he took Bobby and Bobby's drummer and me and my guitar player and put us together. And the minute
you knew right away.
Oh yeah.
Now what about because during that era, I mean, I'm 68, okay? So during that era, it was the Everly Brothers and the Righteous Brothers, correct?
As far as I'm concerned, the Everly Brothers are everything.
Yeah.
I love the Everly
Really?
Brothers. Oh God, I worked for them in Atlantic City for nothing.
Wow.
Just to work with them.
Wow.
And then they became good friends.
Now, inducted into the Hall of Fame what year?
2003.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's quite an honor. It really is quite an honor. I just want to mention real quickly, because one of our listeners and viewers out there said, Bucky, mention your gig at the Bootleggers that you're doing, because people need to know where you are right now until the Righteous Brothers get back together.
Yeah, it's been great keeping the chops up. Like you said, we played the Italian American Club, and last night we played, and we play every Friday and Saturday. Supposed to go, we just
10 o'clock at night, I'm old. I can't stay up till 1 in the morning.
I got to take a nap to go do this gig.
God.
We had Bill last night there. Also, Mark Davis, the owner from the Raiders, was there. So we had
Figures the one night I don't go.
I know. I thought about you, man. By the way, I showed Bill the mural, and
oh boy,
just unbelievable.
Thank you.
Is it called a mural? Is that what you?
Well, the original drawing was 18 inches by 24 inches. Then you make the high resolution scan, and they blow it up like wallpaper. It's 28 by 40 feet.
I showed him the picture of you standing in front of it, man. It's just amazing.
Aaron thought all he saw was my head when I posted.
When he posted online, I couldn't see Neil in the picture. It was like finding Waldo. one white guy's face in the middle of this mural as he's standing on the escalator.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, there he is.
There he's down in the corner.
That's right.
Very funny.
But yeah, so we're there. But we're there every Friday and Saturday, and then we just got booked on Wednesday. I believe it's the 29th of May, 29th or 28th, the last Wednesday, back at the Italian American Club. But it was great. Bill jumped up last night, and we got on the piano again and played. It was just everybody just loved it. It's magical, and for us to be back on stage singing again together, I know Bill feels the same way. It's just it's very emotional.
Guys, our chat room is absolutely blowing up, and fortunately our producers is helping us with putting up some of the comments on our prompter. Charlotte says, love the Righteous Brothers. They saw you guys live in October 2019. They love you. Terry, our good friend Terry Haley from Sugar Shack, actually remembers watching you as you guys guested on Cheers. How did you get that gig?
Well, in the show, Rebecca Howe, her You've Lost That Love and Feeling, she would drop her pants every time she heard the song.
Oh, is that all it takes?
That's all it takes.
Honey, guess what our new song's going to be?
And they wrote, and so they,
there it
because
is.
I asked her, I said, why You've Lost That Love and Feeling, that you would drop your pants every time. She said, because it's true. And I went, you never close your eyes.
Love it.
But they had just called me and asked me if I would do the show, that one show.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
I want to just let everybody know, first of all, we're at the top of the hour. We're going to go over about 15, 20 minutes max because of another show coming in. But you are watching Twin Brothers from Different Mothers coming to you live from the Go Live Vegas studios in the heart of Las Vegas. Aaron Phillips, Neil Portnoy. And if by now you don't know who our guests are today, you better open your eyes and your ears. The great Bill Medley and the great Bucky heard the Righteous Brothers here live in studio with us here. Listen, it's a lot of fun to bring that. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention, Facebook is notorious, as is YouTube, for canceling and deleting shows when music is played that's not. So I want to let everybody know, we don't own the rights to that music, but the guy who does is sitting here. So don't mess with our video, okay? We're good here. So just want to make sure we're covered. You don't always worry about that. But you're doing the TV thing where they give you the script pretty much, right? And you have to kind of go by their dialogue. Yeah. It's a lot different than when you can vamp on stage and you can just kind of do what's off the cuff. Tell me the difference. I mean, it's got to be quite the difference of doing both.
Well, it's a huge difference for me. Bucky, on the other hand, is he is an actor, and he has all those chops. And for me, and I was asked to do a lot of acting stuff when I was young, but it's totally different. I mean, a song, you know the lyrics.
Sure,
it's just, and you
sure.
do it every night. And but dialogue, and I'm pretty insecure, and I just that's why I never did any acting. It's a whole nother thing.
Sure.
Now, Bucky can recite stuff that he should have forgot.
Well, that's the reason I'm not very smart, because my head's full of a bunch of TV quotes.
Well, the amazing thing
I want you for
also.
Trivial Pursuit then.
The amazing thing also is that, your era, and I'll call it your era, it's not that long ago, there weren't tracks.
Yeah.
You didn't sing with tracks.
No.
It was live.
Yeah.
And a lot of the shows in Vegas, I mean, I've been here 5 years now, from Massachusetts.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until 3 years ago that those are tracks I'm listening to there, and it's more of a show. It's more. Now, the show that you do here in Vegas at Harrah's, you're using some tracks, correct?
Just very, very little. I think
Like
we have some strings.
a string line or something.
Yep.
Yes,
Everything's
that's right.
live except for that.
That's unbelievable. That's
we
kudos
don't-
to you guys.
Yeah, nothing's overdubbed, nothing. Just, supplemental stuff, strings and things like that.
Yeah,
but everything else.
it's kind of an old school show. We just kind of go out there, and there's not a lot of bombs going off and dancing girls.
Pyrotechnics.
We tried to get dancing girls, but didn't work.
I know a company if you really want it. I do know somebody
All
who
right.
has a dancing girl company. So
Hey, Aaron, give that a number so people can reach in if they want to talk to the guys.
702-329-6947. Press 1 to come right to the studio. Bill from our chat room asks, how did you come up with Unchained Melody?
Well, Unchained Melody was recorded by Roy Hamilton in the 50s, and it's from the Carousel, right, Buck?
No, that's You'll Never
Oh, no,
Walk
no,
Alone.
that's right.
This one was in a movie.
It was in a movie called Unchained, and they just put it in this movie. Crazy Legs Hirsch from the Rams was the.
I was going to say that was a football player.
Yeah, big
You knew
football
you'd know
player.
that.
And so we always just loved the song and loved Roy Hamilton. And when Bobby and I would do an album, and I'd produce them, so Bobby came to me, where he would do a solo and I would do a solo, and he wanted to do Unchained Melody.
I have a caller that just came in. They're holding on the line. Thank you, caller, for calling. I believe I know who this is, but sign in, please.
Do you really?
Well, but I know who you are. The others may not. Terry Haley from Sugar Shack.
Yeah, sugars.
Great. Hi, Terry. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, yeah, I was looking forward to this all week when I found out you guys were going to be on the show. I remember when you first appeared on Kelly Clinton's, or at Kelly Clinton's show, and she was so mesmerized and wowed, and I got it all on video. And I'm just so excited that you guys are here and made it in time. I hope you weren't texting and driving, Bucky.
No, never do that.
All right.
Not Bucky.
And you just played the IAC with Joey Melati.
Yeah, me and Joey and John, and then Bill jumped up, and it was an amazing. And big shout out to Ben Spano over there. Ben and Jimmy are doing so much to keep live music live.
I love the fact that Ben came up to you during the show and said, "Here's your next date."
He gave me two. He gave me one in June too.
Nice.
Was she good looking?
Yeah, she was very good
Okay,
looking.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. But he and the actual Ben came last night to the bootlegger.
Oh, he did?
Him
Nice.
and Dennis and Lorraine were all right up front. It was cool.
Thank you, Terry, for calling in. As always, we love you. You got a show today?
2 o'clock, I'm going live. I hope it goes better than yours started out.
Oh,
something. Ouch. Must have missed something.
It's a good thing you don't have a phone number to dial into during your show.
Well, I'm taking calls today.
Oh,
so.
you are?
Yes.
Expect a phone call, my friend.
2 phone calls.
Oh, no.
2 phone calls.
All right.
All right, love you, Terry. Thank you so
guys.
much.
Thank you, Terry.
Take care, Terry.
Terry's also not only a dear friend to the shows, but she's also a sponsor of the show as well. We thank Terry and everybody. Listen, my chat room is blowing up here. Thank goodness Aaron is watching the questions because they're just firing in so fast. So hopefully, what is your first, when things open back up June 1st, and I know we got dates going on and we're going to open up here and there, what is the actual target date to be on stage back in Vegas?
Well,
And I say target because things can change.
yeah, I would think I'm going to say October because I'm not. This is I'm afraid to say we'll probably be back in September or the summer, but boy, you just don't know. But I think October is pretty believable.
Yeah, you know what? I thought it would be earlier. I'm surprised it's going to be June 1st that we go to 100%.
Yeah.
But you know what? Once the tourists and the trade shows, once the trade shows come back to the city, now people are spending money. They're booking the shows.
Yeah.
The casinos want to make money with the alcohol and how that thing works. I hope it's earlier because this world, this country, this city needs to hear the Righteous Brothers on stage live.
Neil always talks about me as I talk with my hands, but watching him in the booth doing all that stuff with hands, I swear there's an octopus in there. I don't ever want you to talk about me talking with my hands again.
This video is concave.
Right,
My hands are really not moving like that.
It's a fisheye camera, exactly. I get it. So let me ask you a question. Listen, tons of popular songs, and obviously Unchained Melody and such. Which is your favorite song to keep singing, and which is one you're like, I sing it because everybody asks me for it, but I wish I could stop? And this could be between both of you because you guys are performing together.
Well, Bucky likes all of them.
You better believe it.
I was going to say, if you want to stay with Bill, you better answer that question.
Believe it, baby.
No, I think my favorite song to do in the show. Well, my favorite song to do is a song that we learned from Roy Hamilton, "You'll Never Walk Alone," and that's from Carousel.
Yep.
And but the follow-up to "Love and Feeling" was a song called "Just Once in My Life," written by Carole King and Jerry Goffin.
Great song.
It's a great song, and the favorite of a lot of other singers like Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. That's their favorite. So that's my favorite, and any of the rock and roll songs, any of the fast.
Like My Babe and
Yeah, My Babe,
Coco
Little
Joe.
Lupie Lou, Coco. Yeah, any of that early stuff.
You know, I saw Brian Wilson when the Beach Boys came to town. I just got, you know what? No, I right? What,
Look at your monitor.
See, there he's doing it again.
A
juggling octopus.
That's incredible.
I know him. Thanks, Bill. I know that guy. I didn't recognize him at first, but now it's coming back.
I'm going to give you my glasses in about 2 seconds from the booth over here. When I saw Brian in the Beach Boys, I was shocked. First of all, you know, his voice is gone.
Yeah.
It's just gone. But he was in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they hid it behind a big front to the keys. You know, and it was like, okay, you know, are they prodding him every 2 seconds to get him to move?
Yeah.
I didn't think he was going to make it through the show. What a shame.
Yes.
No, it's a real shame. And I went to see him in New Jersey because Jeff Beck was opening for him, and Jeff wanted to meet me or something. And we were driving back to New York in Brian's bus. And he wasn't joking. He looked at me and said, "Bill, haven't I done this?" And he wasn't joking.
Yeah.
He was really saying,
Yeah.
Didn't we do this at one point? Aren't I done?
Yeah.
I said, I wanted to say, well, maybe you're done, but your wife isn't.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah.
go. That's a good comeback.
Yeah.
But yeah, and he was doing better. He wasn't in a wheelchair or anything. But
I mean, legendary performers over your entire career, which
Yeah.
spans a number of years. Other than Bucky Hurd, name. You like how he did that?
God bless you.
You're welcome.
Check.
Who would you name in a top 5? Not to single anybody out. The most enjoyable to sing live with.
oh man, well, I Jennifer Lawrence, I've had the time of my life for sure. But to tell you the truth, I mean, Bucky Hurd is probably the best guy I've ever sang with.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Bobby Hatfield was a monster.
Yeah.
So I have to say both of them. But
Thank you, brother.
you know,
That's job security for you, Buck.
yeah.
Well, it's amazing listening to Bucky sing because, you know, when you meet him for the first time and you hear this raspy voice and all of a sudden this powerhouse
Yeah.
that can go many octaves, right?
Yes.
Strong, hit the note, but he's a performer.
Yep.
The difference is, you know, when people say, you know, as an artist, I always tell them, listen, I'm an entertainer. I happen to be able to draw.
Yeah, you and I talked about this. You're exactly right.
There's a huge difference.
Yep.
That's where you cross over.
Well, thank
We,
you.
we have about 5 minutes left of the show, but Buck, I want to ask you a question. Since you started singing with Bill, give me a couple things, because obviously your resume is vast as well. I mean, your resume can compete with just about anybody. Give me some idea of some of the things that you've learned from Bill himself, because obviously this is the man to learn from, right? Give me a couple of things that you found that you've either improved upon or learned for your own trade and ability to perform.
Oh, so much, man. I mean, one thing's less is best. You know, it's one of Bill's rules. I'll never forget doing Soul and Inspiration for the first time because I'm a theater guy,
Right.
And you know, try to keep it real, but at the same point, sometimes you got to go after them.
Right.
So I'm saying, you know, baby, I can't make it without you. And I'm doing this, and I'm telling you, honey, you're my reason.
Right.
And Bill looks at me and he goes, my wife's AJ, and he goes, would you say that line to AJ that way? She goes, she would laugh you out of the house. He said, say the line like you're talking to her. And I just said, baby, I can't make it without you. And I'm telling you, honey, you're my reason for laughing, for crying.
Yeah.
He said, that's the way we do it. And he goes, and don't do all this. He goes, if they're watching you, they're not listening to you. He said, tell the story, get on the note, get off the note, and tell the story. And that's just a couple of things off the top of my head.
Yeah, no, that's why I want people to understand you're performing with a legend here.
Well, it's Rock and Roll University.
Oh, absolutely, 101. I
Yeah.
mean, that's, and I can understand that because the performance is just like on TV. I mean, I closed captioning for me, I can't, that's why I don't watch foreign films. Yeah. Reading takes me away from the actual movie.
That's a great analogy.
So I get what he's saying. I think it's a great tip to pick up and good for anybody.
Yeah, and it's just incredible. Let me just say, we've had some guests that I idolized in the audience, like Van Morrison was in the audience, John Lodge from Moody Blues, Jonathan Cain from Journey, come to the show, and to see the reverence they have and the respect they have for Bill.
Oh, yeah.
They come backstage and they're just like, like little kids because Bill taught him. We went to see it when Roger Daltrey was here doing a little short thing. Well, Pete Townsend took a break. Went to see Roger Daltrey. Jackson Brown's son was opening. The band was opening, and he was out in the lobby afterwards. And anyway, a friend of mine drugged me over. And I was like, no. He said, "It's Jackson Brown. This is Bucky. You heard his. Hello, I'm he's one of the Righteous Brothers." And he kind of looked like he didn't believe me. Well, I knew he's from Bill's neck of the woods.
Yep.
And I said, do you have I don't want to bother you, but do you have a second? Maybe say hi to Bill.
I have a question for you.
And what's that?
Is your zipper up?
Now, the zipper's up, right? I'm not wearing a zipper.
Okay,
He told me to ask you that question. I'm like, I'm not asking that question.
Hey, my buddy Eric was sure your fly's open. I said, well, I'll say it pays to advertise. but check this out. So Jackson Brown, I said, can you talk to Bill for a second? He goes, I'm not going to say the curse word he used, but he said, to talk to Bill freaking Medley? Are you kidding me?
Right.
And so I called him. I gave him the phone. He's like a little kid. And Jackson Brown takes my phone, goes away, talks to Bill for 20 minutes, comes back and gives me the phone. He goes, man, thank you. The first picture I've got with him, and I'll show you guys, he's like kind of, the next picture, he's wearing like
right. That's right.
And I asked Bill what he talked about. Tell him kind of what you guys discussed. I thought it was cool.
Well, I don't remember, but
He's talking about how he influenced you. Like he's from
he's from Fullerton, and in Orange County.
Yeah.
And he's probably about 10 years younger than me. So when Bobby and I were 25, he was 15. Yeah. Kind of like when I was 15, Elvis and Little Richard were 10 years older. And and we just talked about it. He did. He just said, man, I can't tell you how much we learned from you. And I said, well, thank you, man. You learned real well.
Good line.
Tony Orlando calls him the professor. He said, because you taught us all.
Right
you know what it is? It's bizarre for me. I know we got 2 minutes. Bizarre for me having only been here 5 years, and people are always saying, how do you know everybody? And I always look at them and I say the same thing. It's not important that I know everybody. It's important that they know me.
Absolutely.
Because there's always a point where, it's all about building relationships in this town.
You bet.
How do you guys handle the celebrity, so to speak, status? Because I know when it happens to me, and I've almost, it's bizarre. I'm a guy who sits on my ass and draws. But people look, it's an honor to be Portnoy. That whole thing going on in town. I don't handle it well because I'm just a normal person. This is what I do.
Well, normal
How do you
to
guys,
be defined. I'm not sure.
I agree.
I knew he wasn't going to let that
How
one
do you
slide.
handle that? Because, Bill, first time we ever met, I went, the guy's a normal guy. It was at Tuscany where you sat down next to me at Kelly's show.
Yeah.
And I went, this tall guy, again, how do you handle that?
Well, the truth is when I leave the house, I'm Bill Medley at home, and when I leave the house, I'm Bill Righteous.
That's
it makes me mad
answer.
people that won't sign autographs and stuff like that. Dude, they gave you the world, and when you go out into their world, you're a normal guy.
Right.
And so is Bucky, and
Right.
that's how we treat it, and never felt better or more important.
Love it.
Any of that.
Love it.
It's funny. My wife just sent me a text message because she's listening, and of all the times for her to actually start tuning in was a comment about the pants dropping, and she called me a smartass because she heard my comment. So thank you, guys. We've just made history. All right, listen, we're going to have to schedule another time for you guys to come back.
Great.
Hopefully, spend a little more time with the great Righteous Brothers. Bill Medley, thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. Bucky, as always, my friend, is great. I think we're friends now after last week, dancing together behind camera at Ron Garrett's show. Anytime you want to bring a surprise in like that will be great.
I thought you'd like that.
Yeah, very good. Mr. Neal, final thoughts, sir.
This is a day in my history going down in history. Just to be in the presence of greatness. You know what? And greatness doesn't necessarily have to be that you're a singer or that you're Italian. You're a human being that has heart, soul, and a drive for passion. Key word is passion.
You betcha, brother.
Thank you, man.
All right, guys, thank you again. I mean, our chat room doesn't want us to go, but unfortunately, the quarter's running out of the meter. So anyway, listen, next week on our show, if you want to know everything there is to know about cryptocurrency, and it's not something from Kryptonite or anything, join us next week when Suzanne Hobbs will be here to talk about cryptocurrency and how to get involved. Well, for everybody here in the studio, thank you for staying with us. We appreciate you being with us. As always, another great show. Be kind to each other. Why is that? We're all we have. We'll see you next time right here on Twin Brothers from Different Mothers.